how many times do I have to say it? If you don't want to have angry messages from teams of lawyers, stop messing with the intellectual property of massive companies. Whether it's Better Discord, the Braver browser, WhatsApp for Linux, with the exception of being in a country that does not care about IP law whatsoever, it is only a matter of time until someone comes knocking on your door, or more likely, sending you a threatening email telling you to stop doing that. And this recently happened with another FOSS project, FOSS, which is kind of the exact opposite of every other application that has cord in its name. This is not a Discord client. This is a new Discord server. Essentially, we provide all the functions and services that Discord does, which allows software built for Discord such as clients and bots and other applications to work seamlessly with FOSS. We also implement custom server features to enhance the experience and provide additional functionality. What this means for you is that you can continue to use the programs you're already familiar with, all while using a safe, privacy-focused platform to chat with friends which you control. It does not mean that users of FOSS can interact with users of Discord. We are entirely separate platforms, and your FOSS account cannot be used to interact with Discord. In the future, we hope to develop our own clients and tools to allow you to use multiple accounts at the same time, but this is not yet being worked on. This is supposed to be a one-to-one compatible implementation of the backend Discord server software with extra additional features like end-to-end encryption, server plugins, and things like that. Basically, it's trying to do what Matrix is doing, but basing it on the Discord protocol. Honestly, I think it sounds like a really lofty project, but a really cool project. One of the things that makes Discord great is all of the tooling surrounding Discord. The worst part about Discord is Discord. So if you can remove that from the equation, I wish them the best of luck and hope this project goes well. It's only been around for a couple of years, but in that time it has gained quite a bit of attention. Right now, it's closing in on 4,500 stars. GitHub likes to round the number up. It is at 4,459, assuming that number isn't outdated with the API. We're just going to assume it's basically correct. The problem with that, though, is when you start gaining a bit of attention, the company you're doing things involving their software with might start to notice. And typically when you include Cord or Discord in your name, even though they don't have a trademark to the word Cord, they certainly act like they do. On the 1st of March, the FOSS maintainers received an email from Morrison Rothman LLP, Discord's lawyers, notifying us about how they believe FOSS to be an infringement of their intellectual property. As such, they requested that we immediately stop development and remove or take down all available code, services, and social media. This includes our websites, our GitHub repositories, etc., which is a very long way of saying they sent us a cease and desist and want us to go away. But the project didn't think they were doing anything wrong, so shutting down wasn't exactly their plan. So what they did instead is on the 3rd of March, we detailed the actions that we had taken in a response email, which include removed all usage and code implementing the test client and Discord client proxy, removed all documentation related to the test client. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure the test client is a big part of what annoyed Discord as a company. So the test client wasn't a test client. What it actually was is modifying the official Discord.com client to work with their server instead. This is, getting into the territory of having a custom Discord client, which, Discord in the past has definitely not been a big fan of. And they explicitly showed how to set it up, had scripts to do it, and all that fun stuff. Since the goal is to be one-to-one compatible with Discord, this seems like the most logical way to do it. You use the official Discord client and use your server. If your server interacts with the client and the client behaves like it normally would, and all of the tooling you have, like the bots and things like that, behave like they normally would, clearly you've achieved your goal of one-to-one compatibility. Which I totally support them doing. The issue is a lot of companies aren't, a massive fan of this happening. This isn't working with Matrix, for example, where everything is publicly documented. This is Discord. Discord is Discord, and nothing else is allowed to make use of that. But they are fully aware that reverse engineering and building off the API probably is fine. They even reference things like the Google versus Oracle case inside of their FAQ. I'm not getting into it today, but that was when Google was doing some stuff with Java that Oracle wasn't exactly a big fan of. They were trying to do their own thing and sort of split away. But obviously their server needs to be tested on something. So what is going to be done instead, at least what is going to be done publicly, is they have a FOSS code client. This is sort of a mostly re-implementation of the Discord client. It's still very much in a work in progress state, and it's not anywhere near done, but it is going to do a lot of the work the official client did, and as it gets better, obviously it's going to get more and more in line with what Discord.com does. But there are probably devs internally who are still using the Discord.com test client. They're just not making it as obvious that they're doing it publicly anymore. They also say, we reworded our website to include the owners of the Discord branding, Discord Inc. And that makes sense, but I've scoured over the entire website. I've looked at pretty much everything that I could find, and I don't know what they've actually changed. And, looking at the GitHub for the website, I don't think they changed anything, unless they changed it locally on the website and didn't push it to the repo. So I'm not really sure what they are saying there. Also, we removed all Discord IP from our official servers, which has not been clear what exactly this means. Now, to my surprise, Discord actually understands the Streisand effect, even though they could very easily crush this project and just, stifle them with legal fees. They're not trying to. They are mostly happy with these changes, with the exception of the name, which makes sense why they still take issue with. But most developers out there, and these developers self-admittedly, aren't great at naming things. So what they did is ask the community for name suggestions. There were very simple rules. Don't include generic words like chat, connect, things like this, as it's kind of a boring name. And definitely don't include the word chord. So what do you think happens when you ask the community with very simple rules for answers? Do they follow the rules? Or don't they? Well, if you guessed the second option, you were right. We have great names like Open Chord, Chordgrass, Open Chat, Fox Chord, First Chord, FOSS RTC. There was even someone who just suggested FOSS because they didn't know that FOSS means free and open source software. They thought it was just a random assortment of letters that was in the FOSS chord name. There were some good suggestions, like let's have the opposite of Discord, Harmony, which is one of the higher voted options and is probably going to win. but a lot of the suggestions in there are just memes or straight up ignoring the rules. At the time of recording, March 14th, 2023, a new name has not been selected. At this stage, it's going to run until the 19th, and then if the devs like any of the names, then they'll do a proper vote on the ones they actually like. I presume something like Harmony is going to win, but we'll have to wait and see. The moral of the story is, once again, don't mess with the big companies. It's one thing to go and make things that might, interact with their tooling and maybe kind of circumvent the TOS in one way or another. But don't use a name that's gonna get their attention. Don't use a logo that's gonna get their attention. Be a little bit sneaky about it, and maybe you'll last a little bit longer. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I lost my train of thought. That's going to be it for me. If you liked the video, go and like the video. If you really like the video and you want to become one of these amazing people over here who are probably going to buy me a new mug at some point, Patreon, Scribes, Liberapay, link down below. That's going to be it for me, and lawyers are scary.